G'day everyone, Jason here from Jim. Today I'm going to show you how to empty your pump basket on your pool system, which is really important to do. The pump basket plays a vital part of your pool equipment and it should be checked quite regularly. So as you can see, we've got a pump there with a water flowing through it, and inside there is your pump basket. So what we want to do firstly is turn the system off, and we want to undo the lid. Obviously, if your system's below water surface or above water surface, you want to make sure that all your valves are closed off if you've got them. When you take your lid off, if your lid's too hard to get off, it could be an indication that you've over tightened it, or it just requires a bit of lube. As we can see with this one, it's a little bit dry, so I'll show you in a sec how to do that, because you should never over tighten these things. So as you can see, all the debris has gone into the basket there. That's come through the actual suction part of the pool, and it's little small finer parts it's gotten through the actual skimmer basket itself. If this gets too full, what happens is it starts to block the flow through the pump, which then puts strain onto things like your impeller and your motor. So it's really important that this gets checked quite regularly. As you can see, some of it's almost gone through. Now what you want to do is you want to make sure that you don't tap this on the ground. Depending on your water chemistry, these things, you know, they get old, they fall down. But if your water chemistry's been bad over a period of time, they can get quite brittle quite quick. So you want to sort of use your hand to clean that out, and I'll show you how to do that in a sec. Okay, so we're back here at the van, and as you can see, there's our pump basket and a little debris in there. All you want to do is just give it a nice little tap on your hands like that, just to free the debris away from the edge of the basket. As you can see, it's all piled up there. Put him on the ground there, clean him up a little bit later. Just continue to give him a bit of a tap. Avoid tapping against a wall or something like that, because like I said before, you may crack it. If you've still got a little bit of debris stuck in there, a little bit OCD like myself, just get a nice little hose out. Little extra things you can do like this will go a long way to ensuring that you've got correct flow through your system. Other little bits won't get through there. What you want to do while you've got it out there, ensure that you don't have any cracks or splits. They do break down over time. If you've got a crack or a split, make sure you change it, because if you've got a split or it's broken on the bottom there, debris is going to get through your impeller and start to block up your pump there, or it can simply get past the impeller and clog up your filters. With the pump lid there, as you can see before, we had a bit of it's looking a little bit dry in there, so you just grab a little cloth, bad habit of mine, into the shirt there, just give a nice little clean out like that, just to get any sort of gunk build up out of the lid there. While you're doing this, you want to inspect that your lid's not cracked. If you've got a crack in your lid, you need to get it replaced, because it's going to enter air into your system. Now if your O-ring just pops out, or as you pull the lid off and the O-ring drops out, you want to replace that O-ring. It means that it's stretched, okay, and it's just not going to perform the job that you want. What you want to do is use a proper pool silicone or a pool lubricant when it comes to pump lids and O-rings and pool equipment. Some people use Vaseline and stuff like that. If that works for you, that's fine, but I strongly recommend a good pool lubricant. All I do here is just squeeze a few dobs in here like this, grab my little pinky finger, or if you don't want to touch it, you can use whatever does the job for you. You just want to get around there and coat the O-ring there, and that's basically how you lubricate your O-ring on your pump lid. Okay, so we're back here at the pool system. So we're just going to put our basket back in, and when you put your basket in, you want to make sure that you're putting it in the correct way. Some pools that I've seen, the base has been put around backwards like this, and what happens there is the debris gets stuck up in front of here, and it can't actually get caught by the basket, and it actually blocks up the suction line here. So what you want to do is make sure that the hole, 9 times out of 10, the hole will go there, and make sure it's sitting down. Sometimes I'll have like a little piece like this where you can sort of make sure that it goes in the correct way. If it's sort of sitting up there, we're not going to be able to close our pump lid properly. It's going to prevent us putting that on. So we'll just make sure that that's around the right way, like that. Now our lubricated pump lid goes back on like that. Sometimes, depending on the brand, I always find just easier just to pull it back until it drops. And you just want to do hand tight. You don't want to reef that on like you're trying to, you know, tighten as hard as possible. You just want to hand tighten, and it should work. And then simply turn your system back on and prime it up.